Hello and welcome everybody. I hope you still have energy after 2 days of Finance Week. And I don't know when you arrived in Abu Dhabi, but last week we already had Milton Institutes and Racing Capital and lots of other events. So we are going strong and we still have a lot of time to go. So thank you very much for all my panelists. We are now talking about engineering the future, energy system, industrial technology, and the rise of intelligent infrastructure. Let me dive right into the topic. With energy and infrastructure and digital platforms are converging. What does the next generation of industrial system look like from your perspective? And I want to ask that every single one of my panelists, if you can give me a quick answer, and which are the technology that will define them?
Yeah.
Should we start here and go down?
Thanks very much. Thanks very much for this question. I think this is a very good question for Sany Group because we have already determined our direction for this. You know, Sany is famous for its manufacturing capacity. We have engineering machines, but we also have renewable energy, and we have decided our future for the next decade is electrification. So we are electrifying all our equipment and supplying electricity for all kinds of clients in our sector. So we believe that it's electrification systems.
Thank you. Howard, what does it look like for EOS Energy? What do you think?
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay? Yeah. So, EOS Energy is an energy company that's originated in China, and now we expand our business in North America. So my opinion is that the energy innovation is with the future. We will focus on the energy construction for the power equipment manufacturer, and we also do the designing and planning of the power grid. So we're now talking about the technology we have developed very fast. And so many people was say that we are facing the problem that the energy storage is a big question to us. But in my opinion, that I think not only the energy storage, but also the power grid. The power grid need we keep more attention on it.
Thank you. And Dr. Lilly, as a CEO of DESMO, what is, from your perspective, the next generation of industrial systems look like?
Yeah, when we talk about the next generation, we always always talk deep communicate deep about China digitalization in smart city and industry in each field. Actually, I think now it's the time. It's a very specific, important time to make the Chinese digitalization to be a localization technology and approaching here in Middle East market. Actually, of course, usually when we talk about the energy, we talk about smart city. It's a concept version. But when we go to detail, we need to everything digitalized. How can we make it everything digitalized? This is the very first approaching to make the city smart or smarter. So to the main market, how to make it everything digitalized. I think maybe somebody know that somebody very far from this concept. But from the first step, I think we should make every hub and every switch in digitalized. We make sensor, we produce sensor, we set up them in everywhere in our normal life and make data and generate data. And then we collect data and make them together in a cloud platform and leverage AI concept, AI module in there to help people to make decision making. That's the one step, and then that another. But all these kind of things should be built or based on a very stable infrastructure. So I think that's the first time, the first stage here to make a smart city or digital city, and very urgent approaching should be make each field to be digitalized. And use a sensor, use a switch, and learn from China digitalization solution from here, from now. Yeah.
Thank you. And Moeez, please tell me, what do you think? What will the next generation look like?
Yeah, thank you very much for having us here. As we are seeing the evolution and the adoption of the AI and the robotics all across the industries, so the immediate shift which we are seeing, we are almost on the doorstep of that part, that the industries are moving from the static infrastructures to the AI optimized and AI orchestrated and self diagnostic industries. So we can segregate these things in the three basic layers, where there will be on the edge, first layer will be the edge, intelligent sensing sensors. Then on the middle layer, we will be having the AI-based decision or autonomous decision capabilities. And the foremost and the most important, which is going to be the key driver for the future, will be the intelligent AI platforms, which will be linking everything together. And this is what we are currently doing in the industry, that where we are leveraging the LLM ops, also the intelligent modeling, the efficiency of the modeling. So the we can have the responsive AI platforms, and they can do the reasoning, where the AI can just not analyze the data, but it can run the industries. Yeah, thank you.
I love what I'm hearing, especially as an AI person. It's more data, the different silos moving closer together, and really having intelligent system optimizing the processes. At Sany Silicon Energy and at EOS Energy, you both operate in massive physical scales. What are the breakthrough in manufacturing, energy storage, grid systems, or operational intelligence that are enabling real industrial information today? Dr. Lilly and Mao, do you want to answer that first?
Yeah. So I think today, for the application of the electrical system, and to promote its use to our microgrid or to more places for the electrification, one of the key problem or the key challenge we have faced with is how to capture the electricity consumption needs of the client, because for nowadays we are using solar PV or batteries to supply the electricity. It's not very. The production of the electricity is unstable. So we need to, while the need of our clients is regular and it has its need, its own needs. As just Dr. Lee mentioned, we also use digital systems or use information system powered ways to capture the needs of the clients of electricity. We analyze the data using AI or using the big data technology, and then we give the best solution to our clients. So I believe that the further usage of the electricity is depending on, firstly, of course, more reliable electrical systems, but also the better way and the better solution with the digitalization to capture the needs of the electricity of the client, so that we can design the best solution for them.
Oh, yeah, I love it. Howard, please tell me from your perspective.
Thank you. We are now facing the situation that more people old people talking about the AI, artificial intelligence, and we can see that everywhere they are building data centers everywhere, and each data center was the monster that need more electricity to supply. I just heard that even there's one data center will need 5 GW supply, energy supply. And what that means? That means what city, that's a city that cost 5 GW per year. But that's the one data center needs that the same as the one city. So it's incredible. The question is the more and more this was building, so we need more and more city. So that's the question. And so I'm aware that the lake of the energy storage. So somebody said that we should build more power plants. So we need more solar, wind plants. But this the question. That's only the first question. The second one is we will face another one. That's if we have plenty of power, we have no ways to deliver it to the place that we need it.
Yeah.
So the bottleneck is not the power, but it's not power, but the grid, power grid.
Yeah. So
the second question is that we have many people build a power plant. We need maybe 2 or 3 years to build a power plant. But for decades, the investment to the power grid is far behind the pace of the database, far behind the pace of a power plant. We need maybe 7 or 10 years to build the power grid to some area. So the gap is enormous. The third question we are facing is that even we have the power grid. The power grid is so is running so long time. I have a case I can share with everybody. Just happened a couple of years ago in America. In the winter, just this time, Texas, in America, the power grid shut up. So many people have no way to cook food. So when I hear the news, I call my lawyer in Houston. I say, what happened? He said, I cook my food in my fireplace for 1 week. Just like what people go outside to cut wood and back to the house to burn the fly to cook food. Just like the people do is 3,000 years ago. We're back to the old age. So the question is, we are facing the power grid can bring all back to 3,000 years ago. So the power grid need to renovation. So the next renovation of the power grid is smart power grid.
Yeah. And that is actually a problem that will only get worse in the future because our energy consumption is, exactly as you said, going through the roof, and the power grids are not set up to actually provide all of that. You're absolutely right. Dr. Lilly, for companies like DESMO, how does digital infrastructure, AI, data integration, automation, and so on, elevate traditional industries and unlock new and efficient performance levels?
I do some basic introduction of DESMO. DESMO, we are a AIoT platform solution provider. Yeah, we generate 4G and 5G cellular communication solution to IoT industry, help the smart devices to access internet anytime. Yeah, and they can jump out of each cellular telecom carrier's network, use different network together to make the IoT connectivity smoothly from one network to another network. Make sure the data could be the whole entire volume and transfer them and synchronize with the SaaS platform together from time to time. Of course, we use basically a technology, we call them eSIM. That's a very interesting technology. They can make each IoT devices, access to a cellular network, but not use SIM card. Yeah, we combine the different different cellular telecom carriers network together and make the IoT devices always access online, always transfer their data from time to time, and synchronize the SaaS or AI strategy from time to time, from SaaS point, from platform to each device's and handset. That's based on not only the eSIM technology, but also we combine the SE, the security elements technology together. They help the such as Web3 or RWA devices make their original data safe together. So we call them kinds of AIoT infrastructure. Of course, if we use Web3, we use RWA to manage our ecosystem or to manage your agriculture, energy, industry. We need to make sure each data from the original sourcing should be saved from the very beginning. That needs some security elements to protect the data safe. So DESMO is kind of a safe data solution company and combine connectivity solution together to make sure our AI data safely from very beginning. This very new industry actually, because before DESMO, so far the whole solution provider maybe in Asia Pacific are all from very original last generation. Each data not be very good protect from our the 3 years before. So we have pushed the RWA original saving data for about 3 to 5 years, and we have we have helped almost over 30 million different smart devices and help them to access internet and make sure their data should be protected. Yeah, that's very fundamental industry or very basically kinds of infrastructure solution. Usually, to a no more customers market or in Main Street market, our adult usual people cannot capture this kind of technology from very beginning. Of course, our main customer, they are always a large company, they're energy company, they are smart city company. Yeah, so be a Main Street, the Main Street usually no more customer, no worry about this kind of technology. Yeah, this may be my first time to transfer this concept and this kind of business to UAE. Yeah, it's very lucky and very exciting time. Thank you.
And it is really interesting to see, like, with a smart use of data and AI, you can really open new business ideas. You can leverage. You can be far better in your forecasting and your cost cutting and your revenue optimization and all of that. So it really gives you a leg up compared to your competitors. When we look at industrial projects, they involve significant capital risk and long-term planning. What are the main technical or operational constraints that must be solved to scale intelligent and infrastructure globally? Moeez, do you want to answer on that?
Yeah, I think there are a couple of factors which are impacting this thing. First of all is the scalability. that industries are digitalizing and they want to leverage the AI, but they want it in a cheap price with the lower latency and the higher efficiency. So there comes the part that where the models needs to be more efficient. They should utilize the less compute, and they should be accessible to the industries. And I think the second component is about the constraint about the reliability, operational reliability, that the AI should be auditable, it should be compliant, and it should be useful for the industrial processes. Yeah, this is my take on this
Yeah.
part.
Absolutely, yeah. People always think when we talk about ethical or responsible AI, it's about doing something good, but it's actually more about doing something right.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't go on a plane that is not regulated, where you don't know where it's going or if it can actually fly. And by if you don't know if the AI is accurate that you use in your company, you don't know if you're actually not depending on something that might not work at all. Anyone, any other thoughts on how you, manage the significance constraints from capital risk and long-term planning, and how this problem must be solved to scale intelligence infrastructure globally?
Yeah. Maybe I think for us, because Sany Silicon Energy is also making investments in power plants and electrical systems in the MENA region. So what I think the most important thing we need to look at is regulation,
Yeah.
capital risk, whether the environment is easy for investment, and also like the government's intention or their incentivization for the further electrification or renewable energy. I mean, this is still sometimes a question mark
Yeah.
for the region. But while we are working with all governments to firstly to shoot to discover the regulation or discuss with them the regulation to make it suitable for the investment of the power plants, and also on the other hand we will find all the ways to prevent any capital risk or forex risk for the investment in the region. So I think especially for Chinese companies for investment overseas in the power plants, this is still somewhere where we need more improvements and also learning from the past experience of companies from all over the world.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the really strong points of the UAE, because we have a very supportive, strong government who is emphasizing innovation, is emphasizing companies to come here, and that reduces the risk of investments massively for large infrastructure projects. How do you see the relationship between energy innovation and digital innovation evolving? Will the next decade be driven more by clean energy breakthrough or by intelligent systems orchestrating industrial networks? Howard, do you want to? Yeah.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Just as I mentioned, that I think the next generation we need more attention, pay attention to the energy supply system, and especially the power grid system. I think that the next generation will be many technologies will be appear in the grid side, especially the smart grid side. By the way, if we're here in the UAE, I think UAE have many advantages to use a bigger scale smart grid construction, because there's some key fact that if you do a lot of investment in the grid, you should have a big land, you should have energy supply system, and what's the most important, you have enough money to invest in it, because the return will be long term. Not we can put money in it and tomorrow we can get money back. You get money back maybe 10 or 30 or years later. But in this period, all the things were changed by the investment, you direct investment to the grid, but you get money back from the other side of the industry. So why emphasize that the smart grid is again and again? So smart grid is a more flexible, more predictable, and more balanced the supply and the need. So I think not only China have already do a lot of innovation in the grid development for in the passing 10 years, and we have many technology development in China. So many results can be used in other countries, not only in Middle East, not only in UAE, but also in America, where we're trying to make the power grid development not only in China but also in other countries. So I think UAE have so many advantages. UAE should be pay more attention to do the construction of the grid.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? How is the relationship between energy innovation and digital innovation evolving? Are there synergies? How is it orchestrated between the industrial networks?
Yeah, I think I just want to add something from Mr. Howard just mentioned. Actually, but the former question. Actually, right now, for the advancement of, or let's say for the progress of from the fossil fuel area to the electrification era, I think actually Mr. Howard and me are just working mentioned two very different, but both complementary to each other sides of the story. We are working on the digital, remote systems or microgrid systems that is providing electricity for remote areas with solar PV and battery storage or wind, which is one solution.
Yeah.
The other solution is smarter grid, like a stronger and a more stable grid that can hold larger amount of electricity to transmit. I think both ways needs the improvement of the smart system to on the distributed side. We need to calculate and calculate accurately the needs of the electricity of our client, which needs a lot of innovation in the data analysis. But on the other hand, like the macro grid and larger grid system, if you want to increase its stability, we need better controlling system and also the monitoring system to ensure the stability of the grid. So I think the both ways are the solutions for the better electrical system for our future needs. But both ways need a lot in the innovation of the data technology.
Yeah, I love that because it basically gives you the flexibility to adjust on the need of the end users. And I do a lot of the work with the global south and small state islands or remote countries, and for them. Being connected to a huge power grid might not be the right solution, but having a small independent grid where they can power their small data centers and so on, that would be a much better solution for them. And you really have to have a flexible approach to what you provide to whom.
Before heading to the next question, I would like to add to Mr. Howard's on the current point where we are seeing that how the next era will be either of the energy or the digital transformation. So I believe both are very important because both complement each other. The relationship of the energy development and digital intelligence is a classic example, like in a semiconductors manufacturing line where software is using the hardware to produce the hardware, which will ultimately use the software. So same like if we have the energy, we can have the digital intelligence as well, which will orchestrate the energy systems, make them smarter, like when to store, when to discharge, when to detect the faults in the grid systems. So I believe the future of the energy systems will be like this, where the intelligent models will be sitting on the assets and the infrastructure of the energy sector. Yeah.
By the way, let me say that why we need smart grid, because the grid has existed for maybe 100 years. Okay, but in recently, the recent 20 or 2 or 20 years, we build a lot of renewable energy plants. The renewable energy plants is much different, have a great difference between the original power plants. So it gave a more and more challenge to the grid. So the grid should be changed.
Yeah.
Should be changed to the new renewable energy. So especially the AI, artificial intelligence, give us more and more demand for the energy supply. So renewable energy will give the supply, but it didn't give the solution of how to deliver the supply to the place where the customer need. That's the question. So we need a smart grid to serve the question.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're coming close to the end already. So I would like to actually focus on the future and get an answer from every single one of you. So when we look ahead now to 2026, which is right in front of the door, to 2030, what do you think? Which industrial technology or energy systems will have the greatest impact on the global growth? And where do you see the largest opportunities for collaboration between Asia and the wider world?
Yeah, I think just like Mr. Howard mentioned, like the innovation in the energy system, it's about how you generate the energy and how you convey the energy to the end user. So in terms of generation of the energy, I think we already have very advanced PV and wind turbine technology right now. It's affordable in terms of cost, but we need more. I mean, while Mr. Howard can provide a more stable grid to convey the electricity, but maybe we can also add more stability in the generation side of the electricity itself. For example, we have the smarter system of PV plus BESS, which can provide the 24 hours of constant electricity to the grid. I think Masdar already made a very good example in UAE for this kind of very large-scale, stable PV and BESS systems. We as Sany, we also want to continue with this option and see how to implicate it in other places and and also in emerging markets like Egypt or Morocco, these new markets. So on the other hand, on how we convey the electricity, of course, the development of the smart grid and good and the reliable transmission system is very great. It's very good. But of course, we also see the development of green hydrogen in the past few years. We believe that this will be also another way of convey the electricity to the end users with more stable and condensed way for their use. So I believe this will have in the next 10 years or 20 years will have better applications.
Yeah, absolutely. Howard, please.
My answer is very simple. 3 sentences. Firstly, AI will reshape the future, reshape everyone's life, and energy supply will reshape the AI. Thirdly, smart grid will reshape the leadership of the world. That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Technology and system, they are kinds of approaches and tools for each country and government. But for the wild countries, I think the governments should take more charge for that, because they need to build up their own ecosystem for the first very early step. Of course, each country, they have their own different culture and their own situation. This usually very different from the other country. They need their own experts and build up their concept and use the technology from Asia, from the Europe, and to adapt their local culture and adapt local their specific situation actually. So I think maybe that's first step. They need to take the very first responsibility, from government side, and then the other technology we provide, the system we provide, there are kind of approaches and tools to help them to improve their whole society governance. Yeah, so we are the company and partner and friends, but they have their own responsibility to build up their own ecosystem.
True, and government needs to be the main driver.
Yes,
Yeah.
usually, especially in the Middle East, usually the company's government is very have very high and very good in experience to govern.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a long history to govern the whole economy and political. Yeah, I
Absolutely.
think there is very big opportunity, to improve their infrastructure and the whole governance perspective in the Middle East, and the other country maybe should learn from here.
Moeez, I'm going to give the last word of the panel to you.
Yeah, I'll
What are your
keep it very
thoughts?
brief, as Mr. Howard. I believe in the future, the industrial transformation, basically it will be AI-enabled industrial control systems, which can automate many manual decisions. Also from, it can go to the preventive to the predictive analysis and the maintenance tasks. And the second thing I believe is the efficient large language models availability to the industries, as I said before, with the lower cost, lower latency, and the high efficiency, like 70 to 80% less than the current status. So that will basically truly shape the transformation of the industry, leveraging the AI and the LLM capabilities.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to my panelists. It was really interesting to hear your insights, your knowledge, and for sharing it with us in the room. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can probably find us afterwards as well. Thank you very much.